Hey, this is Sherry with a quick little video to help you if you're getting lots of phone calls from this number, this 866-466-4478 number. They are a debt collector, and while I don't have any unpaid debts, I did start getting phone calls from this number pretty frequently. This is my 404-419-6449 number that I have out there all over the internet to help people save 10 to 25% on their gasoline and diesel. And I have, people call this number, listen to a little short 2-minute message, and then they can leave a message, and I can call them back personally and answer their questions and help them out. So I started using this service with this 404 number the middle of March, and this is a call log from my back office, and notice this debt collection company is calling every day, sometimes every other day. I saw this and I got really curious, and I went online and looked them up. And this is what I found out. They are a company called Allied Interstate, LLC. They are a debt collector, and they're possibly violating some federal laws. And if it's found that they are, there's attorneys out there who are ready to file lawsuits on your behalf if this company is violating these laws. And you can see here that with a lawsuit, if it's a valid cause, you could recover up to $1,500 for each call. So anyway, I went out. These are the two acts that they could be violating: the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, and you can see here that the violations are things like calling your cell phone without your permission, calling your cell phone after you ask them not to call you, or them using a pre-recorded voice or robocall to call you, and the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, which means you could be eligible for up to $1,000 per violation if you receive multiple calls per week, like me, or you receive telephone calls before 8 a.m. or after 9 p.m. in your time zone, or the debt collector didn't identify himself and say he's calling in regards to a debt, or the debt collector is asking to speak to a person you don't know, they have the wrong number, or the obligation doesn't belong to you. So a couple of these sort of fit my scenario. So I just went online to Google and I typed in 866-466-4478 in the Google search bar, and I came up with a list of most of these are attorneys that are helping you find them so they can help you collect on these violators. So I ended up going to this one, which is stopdebtcollectionharassment.com, and I ended up with this law firm, Centennial Law Offices, and I went right online and filled out a little form, and they emailed me right away, and I actually got a more detailed email this morning and a personal call from them. I shared my information with them, and they reviewed it and actually got back to me and said that as of right now, I don't personally have a case unless this debt collector calls me again, because I have called and asked them to stop calling, and so we'll see what happens. I'm not really out to get them back. It really wasn't a problem for me, but we'll see. If they are violating the law, then they are. But this was kind of important. It says right here, it does not matter if the collection company has been dialing the wrong number or otherwise calling you in error. Submit a report if you've experienced any of the activity listed below. Legal fees and costs are paid exclusively only from a recovery. You pay nothing out of pocket, and it doesn't matter whether you owe a debt or not. You still may recover compensation well in excess of any genuine debt a collection company was trying to collect. It also doesn't matter if you've been unable to identify the debt collector by name. So it says here to file the report immediately if you've experienced any of the following. And let me just read those off of this slide because it's easier to see. But if you've received repeated calls from even a robot, or the debt collector has informed other parties that you owe a debt, including voicemail messages intended for you but left on a third party's voicemail, calling after hours, or the debt collector fails to identify themselves. They should mention their name and mention they are debt collectors. And a debt collector has engaged in any conduct you found to be harassing, oppressive, or abusive. This includes making threats to garnish your wages, use of obscene language, excessive telephone calls, etc. And a debt collector has called your place of employment after knowing or having reason to know that your employer has forbade such calls, or a debt collector is attempting to collect an amount that were not authorized by your agreement with the original creditor. Or a debt collector has sent you postcards regarding a debt. Postcards can be seen by everybody front and back, so they'd be sharing personal information with third parties. That would be a definite violation. Or here, if they've sent you mail where a reference to the debt is printed on the outside of the envelope. Or a debt collector has used any false representation or otherwise deceptive means to collect a debt or obtain information from you. So just know, as in my case, not all of these activities automatically give rise to a violation, but if you experience any of these activities, it doesn't hurt to file a report so that these attorneys that are out there on your behalf can review the matter. So just wanted to share this with you. It was an experience that I had. Maybe it happened for a reason. I don't know. But again, this number is 866-466-4478. So if you get a call from that number, pay attention, and you might keep this video handy. And if I have other helpful information, I'll put it below this video in the description area. So check back from time to time. I'm going to, share the rest of the story. The attorney is still working on my behalf to do some more investigation. So, if something happens, I'll report it here in the description area below this video. So be sure and check down there. And I hope this is helpful to you, and I hope that it helps you stop getting these calls from this number. All right, bye for now. This is Sherry Kirkland.